Okay, I gotta admit, I kinda miss doing this intro. Stringers, the mascot new class of Splatoon 3 because the Splatana was given a special that just didn't work at launch and might still not work when you're watching this. Stringers are a bow and arrow class in Splatoon 3 that many players wanted to pick up and play with since it was shown, but once they finally purchased it and played around with it for a bit, at least a few players were probably frantically looking for their receipt to give right back to Sheldon. Now the weapon class isn't necessarily bad, the Tri-Stringer could be buffed a little more, and as for the REEF-LUX, well, unfortunately, this is a thing. But on launch, people thought they were going to be looking so good with the weapon frame one. People thought they were going to be getting their Katniss Everdeen on, their Sasha Browse on, their Akos on, but in actuality, this was them. This is what they looked like. These guys were putting their fingers to the wind and calculating the wind speed at that point in time just to miss at least one of their arrows and see their target hunt them down like they did something.
Oh, it looks like that's another player up played thanks to me and my trusted slushing machine.
You didn't do anything. My top shot was just pixels off from piercing your airheaded forehead. One of the things that set the Stringers apart and don't just make them medieval chargers is the fact that they can fire 3 shots at once instead of 1 concentrated shot with a charger, or dozens like the Splatling. The thing is that while the Splatling can usually hit 3 or 4 shots in the mini that it flings at you, and the charger Okos or 2-hit kills if it's a bamboozler, you have to be precise with the Stringers. You gotta hit the vital points. No, not those vital points. I mean these vital points. You gotta 3-piece your opponent in the head, the heart, and the groin if you want to splat them. Or you gotta go for the left shoulder, heart, and right shoulder if you're using horizontal shots. But neither of these always goes according to how you plan, since most people aren't just gonna stand there waiting for punishment. I see you hiding over there. Bop! Okay, Nina, I've done my job. Didn't like me targeting your friend? Well, you're net! Yeah, sometimes Lord Nogami has favorites, and you ain't one of them right now with that team comp. But hey, hold this 3-piece for me. There you go. Are you serious? Can I at least kill the Sinzap, please? I just don't want these guys to get off on our side. Okay, that was just my aim, though, to be fair. You know, let's see what the Blob angles will do. I don't think... The Tri-Stringer has a special perk where the shots it fires explode shortly after hitting the ground or a wall. Sometimes players use this as an awesome tool that can even net you a couple surprise kills. Other times, this can be the finishing blow to players that you were already squaring off against. The thing with this is that the shots have a blast radius equivalent to that of some Fruity Gushers and a Tide Pod. I see you over there, Snuggle Buns, and I'm gonna get ya! Oh no, how could I possibly miss that? But the thing is, I actually missed that shot on purpose. See, I knew after deliberately missing you with that first charge that you'd push toward me, seeing as you don't have as much range as I do, and I have to charge up again. Then, right as I sensed that your charge was ready, I strafed just to the right in hopes that you would miss your shot. But that's not all. I decided to only hit you with one of my arrows, and knowing that you're taking damage from an enemy that has more range than you, your first instinct is to retreat behind cover. That's where my other 2 shots come in for the kill. Jesus, you have no idea how long it took to get this footage. Meanwhile, the REEF-LUX copied off the Squiffer's homework and has the ability to storage charge while swimming. Since it doesn't have as much range as its counterpart, this is a good tool to close in the distance before shooting. Then you can just erase them from the game for a few seconds at the blink of an eye. There are 2 types of Stringer mains out in the world. The players who use it for what it's meant for, a support weapon that's meant to tack on damage alongside your team, and the hotshots who decide to be aggressive with them near the front lines. The kits of both Stringers so far are pretty interesting. The Tri-Stringers have Toxic Mist and Killer Whale, which is... I don't know how much better that Toxic Mist makes my ability to actually land my shots, but in theory it makes sense to keep an opponent still while you at least deal chip damage to them. Meanwhile, the Killer Whale is just the I'm done button and blasts enemies who may be running away from you. Oh god, I'm being rushed. Hey handsome, breathe in this perfume that I bought for myself. It's so alluring that it stops you in your tracks so I can finally kill you with this freaking thing. I've been playing this gun for like 3 hours, and if I fail to 3-piece someone one more time, I'm trading this game in a GameStop. So Killer Whale, do your thing. Thank you. And then there's the REEF-LUX, which... Oh boy! So the REEF-LUX has curling bombs which can help it move a bit faster, but for some reason they decided to give it 10 missiles too! This had to be one of the 3 weapons at launch they decided to give missiles to. The other 2 weapons I'm not even all that worried about. I actually respect those who use them. The people who use them probably look like this, so I think they have higher priorities than spamming missiles. But at the speed this thing plays, it's gonna be really fun down the line to witness. 11 seconds for missiles. I don't even have any special power up on right now. You know, maybe this is just Splatoon 2.5. By the power invested in me by my 5 Canadian friends, I'm killing this Splatling. Throw this ahead. Now focus on me. Perfect. Now, did you forget my curling bomb? That's a strike right there. or whatever the equivalent of that's in curling. I don't know, no one plays that sport. In conclusion, the stringer class is a class that takes a while to learn the ins and outs of, but with enough time can give other backline weapons, or frontline depending on how you play it, a run for their money. It may not be the most utilized at the moment, but somebody's gonna come out of the shadows sometime soon and slay with this weapon.
And hey, if the weapon does end up being garbage, the heavy's right over there sitting pretty.
What weapon class do you want me to do next? Let me know in the comments, and remember to subscribe to Alpstar716 for more content on Splatoon 3 and other things gaming. I'll see you all next time.